stories of today: thick fog grounds flights across the UK, causing major disruptions for travellers. Plus, is Black Friday really the best time to snag cheap flight deals? Stay tuned for all the details. Welcome to Escape News, your go-to source for travel updates and inspiration. I'm Zoe and I will guide you through the latest stories. Now let's dive in. Let's start with one of the season's biggest questions. Is Black Friday really the time to book flights? Studies reveal that while Black Fridays can offer impressive deals, it's not universal rule, which travel investigation shows that prices during Black Friday sales were sometimes actually higher than those available earlier in the year. For instance, flights to New York advertised at a discounted rate of $399 during Black Friday were found £350 just a week before. Airlines often use Black Friday to promote specific routes or clear leftover industry. If your dates and destination are flexible, you might snag a bargain. For example, return flights from London to Malaga were reportedly going for as low as £25 last year during Black Friday. But if you have a fixed schedule or are looking at long haul, destinations are worth comparing prices over for several months. Some tips to maximise savings: use tools like Google Flights or Skyscanner to track prices before committing to a Black Friday deal. Airlines often use Black Friday to promote specific routes or clear leftover inventory. If your dates and destination are flexible, you might snag a bargain. For example, return flights from London to Malaga were reportedly going for as low as £25 last year during Black Friday. But if you have a fit schedule or are looking at a long haul destination, it's worth comparing prices over the several months. Some tips to maximise your savings: use tools like Google Flights or Skyscanner to track prices before committing to a Black Friday deal. Set alerts to be notified when fares drop, and remember, airlines often use January sales which can rival Black Friday offers, and it's clear that while Black Friday creates excitement, it's not always the cheapest for savvy travellers. Timing and research are definitely key. Have you scored a great deal this Black Friday before, or do you think it's not even worth the hype? Let me know in the comments. Next, we're going to turn to inheritance tax loophole that could save British families thousands. If you own property in countries like Spain or France, you might actually be able to pass it on a tax-free, thanks to differences between the UK and the EU inheritance laws. In the UK, inheritance tax can be as high as 40% on estates worth over $325,000. However, in some European countries, the rules are more lenient. Spain, for instance, offers exemptions based on the relationship between the deceased and the beneficiary. A direct descendant could pay as little as 1% or even nothing at all, dependent on the region. To take advantage of these savings, some property owners transfer assets to their heirs before death or set up in trusts. It's important to note that while these methods are legal, they require careful planning and sometimes significant upfront costs. While this is a boon for families, some critics argue that it benefits wealthier individuals who can afford legal advice, leaving others at, well, a big disadvantage. If you own overseas properties, consulting a tax advisor could be a smart move, ensuring you're not overpaying when passing on your assets. Winter is here, and yet again, thick fog blanketed much of the UK this week, causing widespread disruption to flights. Both Gatwick and Heathrow have faced delays and cancellations, leaving passengers stranded. In one striking example, LAN FC fans have missed their European football fixture due to flight cancellations. Why does fog cause so much chaos? Modern aircraft can usually land in low visibility conditions, but delays occur when airports reach capacity for safe operations, ground operations, and also slow down from de-icing planes to ensure that there's safe taxiing on fog runways. For passengers, this can mean long waits. With limited updates, airlines are required to provide food, drink, accommodation for significant delays, but some passengers report that inconsistent support. Perhaps airlines could improve by offering a clearer communication and more proactive rebooking options during this weather disruption. But if you're flying during winter, make sure you check weather reports and consider booking early morning flights, as delays often worsen throughout the day. Travel insurance is also a must, covering you in case of significant disruptions. Now, for many, skiing is a bucket list adventure, but new reports suggest that the cost may make it increasingly inaccessible. The £880 figure comes from an unexpected extras like rising lift pass prices, equipment, rental, insurance. Lift passes alone have risen to an average of £200 to £350 for a 6-day ticket in European resorts. If you don't own your own equipment, renting skis, poles and boots can cost between £100 to £150 for a week. Snowboarders on average pay even more. Accommodation prices continue to climb, with some chalets charging double what they did 5 years ago. Let's not forget insurance, which is essential for high-risk activities like skiing. Policies can cost as much as £100 per person for a week. And finally, a pre-ski meals and drinks, think £20 for a burger and chips, can definitely drain your budget. These rising costs raise questions: is skiing becoming an exclusive luxury, or will the industry adapt to attract more budget conscientious travels? For those heading to the slopes, consider saving by renting equipment off resorts, preparing your own meals, or even booking outside of peak weeks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you still planning a skiing trip this winter? And finally, building on yesterday's story about China's visa-free travel initiatives, we have exciting update. China has expanded its policy again to include citizens from 77 countries, a major move to boost tourism. This policy allows travellers to visit regions like Hainan, Guangdong, and more without visas for stay in a range of 15 to 30 days. Hainan, often called the Hawaii of China, is a tropical island known for its beaches, luxury resorts. Guangdong, on the other hand, offers a vibrant city like Shenzhen, and it's also known for its mix of modern innovation and traditional culture. For tourists, this change eliminates one of the biggest barriers to visiting China, the lengthy and expensive visa process. However, it's worth noting that the policy is region-specific and not all areas of China are covered. So this is a bold step by China to position itself as a top destination, but some travellers may still have concerns about navigating its rules and regulations. Would you take advantage of this expanded visa-free access? And if so, where in China would you explore first? Thanks for tuning into Escape News, where every day is a journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that inspires your next adventure. And until next time, safe travels, happy exploring.